Texas A&M is investigating increased reports of academic dishonesty within online classes. This investigation involves the use of online study platforms like Chegg. The Aggie Honor System says there's a lot of gray area, though. Here's Gabrielle Garcia.
The fall 2020 semester wasn't A&M's first rodeo with online classes.
In the spring, when we went online, we had very few reports of academic misconduct. However, the fall has presented a different set of challenges for us.
Dr. Powers says the university's caseload has increased significantly this semester. There have been many reports of A&M students using Chegg, a website where college students can find study tools for their specific classes. Students can upload flashcards, study questions, and sometimes actual test questions, leaving room for students to share test information for peers that haven't taken them yet.
That could construe a response from the university for an allegation of academic misconduct.
We reached out to Chegg, who sent us a statement saying, in part, the vast majority of students who use our platform are honest and here to learn. However, we take extremely seriously any attempts to cheat by a tiny fraction of users and continually work to develop tools and products to enforce this. It could be argued some of those online resources are pretty benign, depending on their use.
Where's that line? Because it does seem kind of blurry, especially now.
The university's definition of academic misconduct has provided faculty a lot of leeway in defining for themselves what academic misconduct is.
The Aggie Honor System does clearly define cheating as intentionally using or attempting to use unauthorized materials that gives the student's assistance not specifically approved in advance by the instructor. But even so, the increased enrollment in online classes with different expectations for different professors can muddy the waters for student judgment.
Frequently, what we're seeing, Gabriella, is students reaching out to their peers for clarification, and really where they should be running is to their faculty.
These information gaps have turned into a tough lesson for faculty and students this semester, and Texas A&M is working to avoid learning it twice, strategizing ways and providing resources to make sure students and faculty are on the same page before the spring semester.
Every student needs to have some clear guidance from their faculty about where those expectations lie. We are strongly encouraging faculty to establish and clearly communicate those expectations as well.
Until then, Dr. Powers advises students who might be accused of academic misconduct to engage with the university and their processes.
So students have a voice throughout this process. Someone that's making these decisions will listen to and engage them.
The university's Honor Council is responding to allegations they've gotten. Dr. Powers says this whole process, including potential punishments, could take months to figure out.